Today I am making one of my hot dogs out of some old clay I had in my studio. It was actually all dried up and completely hard, but I was able to rehydrate it by simply adding water to the bag and then letting it sit for a few days. A week later, it was as good as new. I haven't made my ceramic sculptures for a while due to not having access to a kiln for 2 years, and I was occupied with other things like painting, embroidery, working a full-time job, having a baby. But, sometimes I wonder why I can't just enjoy one specific medium, like only wanting to work with clay or just wanting to make embroidery pieces. I feel like I could progress a lot more if that was the case, but for some reason, I like to jump from one thing to another after I get a cool idea in my head, and then I just can't let it go. It's also a lot of work pulling things out for all the different mediums I use. Like one day I'm hand sewing embroidery stitches on some canvas. The embroidery floss is everywhere. And then the next day I'm like, oh, I need to make a little painting of this idea I have. Being a little bit of a messy person, you can just imagine the destruction I can create in only a few hours. But I just love making things so much. I probably have about 10 ideas that I can think of at the moment that I want to accomplish. And I get sad some days when I can't get any of my ideas out by creating them. And then the ideas just keep stockpiling, so that doesn't help anything. But honestly, making these videos has been great for me because they push me to get my ideas out and get me creating on a regular basis. Once life gets in the way, it's so easy to just forget to prioritize the things that make us happy. Speaking of what makes me happy, I love food, and for some reason I love making food out of clay. I love making real food and eating food. It's just like so cozy and comforting and yummy, especially like the fast foods. I'm like really fascinated by the craving of fast food because it tastes so good, but more often than not, it makes us feel so horrible inside. Like, what is that? Why do we accept internal pain for gratifying our taste buds? It makes me realize like how truly powerful our sense of taste is and how it can control our bodies. It's something I think about probably every day because I love eating these foods. Like, give me a good hot dog or a hamburger and I'll eat it. But when I do, I'm thinking about how I don't agree with processed foods, like how they're made, what's inside them, how it makes me feel afterwards. But I eat it anyway.